I seen videos for Asperger's, and I mean, I'm not really sure I ever knew somebody that has it, but it doesn't. When you put the word condition on something, I believe that this is created to control or program people to believe it. It's more about a social anxiety disorder is what it feels like. Now, it says inability to combine muscle movements, poor coordination, or tic. So there's different levels, right? I the other day I was in the psych ward, and I heard that I put it out there telepathically, and I feel like they want me to say something because somebody's going to try and take credit for this if it actually worked. That it's a brain thing. They were showing me someone who has that, and they haven't looked at themselves in the mirror in a long time. Okay? And they told me nitrous oxide, brain hemisphere frequencies, because it's more of an overactive brain, like a shaken brain syndrome. It would be better to describe it. If it gets to this point where you're now twitching or something. Now, are they trying to induce this with this shit too? Did any of you feel they have this thing called jolt? Is what I heard, jolt. I'm just going to say about what I hear about what's going on, and I think for a lot of people that are silent about shit, that you're real gifted and you have a clue. How many people have taken your treatment information that you've gotten from somewhere else and taken it as their own? This whole world is built off of that shit. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Also, whippets could help. Nitrous, cans of nitrous. Doesn't that slow your brain down? Isn't that what people used to do when they used to do whippets? Or I wasn't really big on that shit. Anyway, that's what they told me. So I just want to make sure that, yeah, those of us who are gifted and have this thing where we have a connection to other types of intelligence for shit like that, how many of us have other people making money off of cures, treatments, problems that we solved? It's disgusting. And what are the levels? All right, so this is what I feel. There's something called jolt, or that's one of the names for it, where it's making people twitch. It's to induce Asperger's. So now this is what it is. Somebody picked up that I had that kind of idea or information given telepathically, and they're going to try and induce Asperger's now, because they're going to come out with a fucking medication possibly that you could get on frequency. I'm surprised that they're not attacking more frequency channels. They could be. This is what they do. And how long have they been doing this? How long has this been going on, where now people have been getting treatment, given medication, and they induce things? Anybody else feel that you're in bed and all of a sudden you start twitching? Most people won't talk about this shit, you know? And then what happened was, when people like me start talking about it, they'll only do it to me to try to make people like me look crazy. The constant altering and manipulating and covering up and fabricating, I fucking hate the world that I'm living in. I can't fucking stand people anymore. I can't. You have people that have no brains taking other people's ideas and not only marketing them, but benefiting financially off of them. I wish you would all drop the fuck dead. That's my wish. And I wish that everybody who acquired wealth and money and a certain kind of life off of somebody else's idea, I wish that you would lose every fucking dollar that you have and be on the street homeless and fucking hungry. That's what I wish. If any of you are feeling, there's this thing that they have, I saw, you know, with that eye that I can't stand, that I wish it was closed all the time. that it's more or less like, and they're showing me probes a lot. So they're figuring out ways to connect people to something. I think they would have to come close to you for it, but now they incorporate everything that they try within close quarters remotely through satellite. When I tell that, for the people who have the ability to stop this, and you think that this isn't going to affect you, and why would I? And I like sitting back watching people twitching their phone. I hope that you get tortured for months. Months. I hope that somebody takes time in their schedule to retire. I honestly hope. I hope somebody decides to retire because they actually have money like that. And I hope that they get a whole fucking crew together. And I hope that they take you somewhere and that they torture you all day, all night, and they take shifts for fucking months trying to induce this shit in people. I can't wait. I'm excited to leave this planet to its demise. I have no desire to help this planet, save the planet, rebuild, nothing. Okay? If I acquire, and when I do acquire any kind of money that I was meant or destined to get, I'm going to be the most selfish, greedy, go fuck yourself bitch on the entire planet. So this is behavioral aggression, compulsive behavior, fidgeting, repetitive movement, social isolation, persistent repetition of words or actions. So this is repeat. I've never been around somebody that has this. For those of you that have it, I'm almost wondering now, is this a syndrome, or have they been doing this for longer than we think? Has somebody been coming around you? They always show me some type of da where the arms, you know what I'm saying? All the place where the joints would be, your knees, your elbows, it's all can bend. And then they do something with magnetism, and you'll feel your body, please, whatever this species is, whatever this disgusting piece of shit, crud, fucking bottom of the barrel species, and if it's reptilians, I hope every fucking lizard on this planet gets removed, and anywhere else in the atmosphere. But I don't believe it's just you guys. I don't. I believe it's just some disgusting, I have no life, I have no fucking ability to create anything, and I smell. And nobody, that's what I get, just smelling like sewer water, friggin' dirty ass toilet water. You're lower than low, and you're just the scum of the universe. I wish that you would just be removed permanently. Two hearts that beat as one. That's another thing. Are you having your heart zapped? Do you feel like you guys, some people, if more people would talk about this, see, this could be the outcome of people knowing something and then not talking about it publicly. Now, some other people could have it. You could have Asperger's. But this shit doesn't exist on other planets. This is another thing that makes me wonder how many ailments, how many with AIDS and cancer, how many of this shit is, it's forced so that now you have to be on the medication. I never thought that this would be it though, right? That's what I feel like some people are saying. We know about them injecting certain people with HIV and even possibly putting this shit in food and stuff, or in boosters. And then even inducing cancer in some way, right? I remember some woman, she had a YouTube channel, and she said, what is it about this world and this matrix where, you know, cigarettes are legal, and then, but then they'll tell you how bad cancer is. You know, alcohol is illegal, but DUIs and hit and runs and fucking vehicular homicides, alcoholism and what it does, it's this constant greed thing. You create too much alcoholism, nobody can go to work. It's weird. It's like, I want you dependent on the system, I want you on benefits, but I gain my wealth from my greed off of you buying and purchasing things. common. Also common, depression, intense interest in a limited number of things. So basic, this is on the other end of this. Come on, heat my desire. Do you feel like your bodies are being heated up too sometimes? That if there are implants that you're ingesting and they're metal in some way, if I wanted to disrupt people, and this is where we're at. We need people who are in these areas somewhere to step up and do something, or I don't know what happens to this planet as a whole. But if the implants are metal, which they usually are in some way, they can move them. They can take a vibrational frequency and move them in your side of your body and make them vibrate. They can also heat them up through laser, through satellite. Is this hot flashes? You understand what I'm saying? How long have they been inducing ailments through laser? I honestly think that the people, even within NASA, or that are, I don't even know if NASA exists, but we'll just say it for the lack of NASA and military, I don't even think that some of you know what some of your colleagues have been doing behind your backs and through satellite. I think that some people have been lying to you. There's somebody who wants to control and rule the world. No. I just died in your arms tonight. Did somebody lose somebody recently because of Asperger's? They could have had a fucking heart attack from having this jolt happen. This is being protected by men. This may be happening in some of these guys, Divine Feminine. If you felt like you weren't protected by men, some of these men are going to wind up walking around shaking and jolting and shit like this. But I believe it's called jolt. That's what when I asked. See, now I have to make sure that I ask in different ways because people love to. You'd be the same motherfuckers that are walking around now shaking and twitching that wanted to manipulate, right? You wanted to manipulate telepathy and shit. They'd be walking around looking like... I don't know, and I hope people make fun of you too. I hope for the people who did this and you got this now because you're a target of something. There could be some guys who are now doing this to other people. This is doing this shit to earth angels. What is this crack in the earth? You see this? I should have walked away. Alright. Well, some people are going to wish that they did. Tell me about what this crack is. Look at this shit. Look at see this? Now this just looks like vibrational frequency to me. This doesn't look like water now. This looks like crack. This also is the Earth's frequency or some type of vibration coming from the center of the Earth, creating some ripple effect in the atmosphere. It just feels like we're getting it from every angle. Where those of you who are sensitive, or you could even have a different insides. Like, let's say your insides have metal in them, because we're not really sure, right? You can't even trust an X-ray from someone that says, no, it's bone. I mean, you have to go out and get your own fucking X-ray machine. For those of you who have the ability to do this shit, you're gonna have to scan yourself in order to see and be told the truth about what your insides are made up of. Some people, they already know what some people's insides are made up of, and this is another, you become the targets for this shit. But it could be that whatever is on your insides is being affected by this vibration coming from the center of the earth as well. They could have wanted to recreate this. It's what is this that we're doing? I'll be right. I need to find out. Even if I create a new word for this shit, it's insanity. It's inducing insanity, but it's... You almost wish that, and this may be what happens, when I said the other day that they're going to be left. You can have this planet and you can do it to each other, but people who are, these types of people here, these aliens, these RH negatives, and OH negative. I haven't looked that up actually. Is OH? It could not even be on Google. I'm not even sure. But I don't trust everything I see on here. OH negative. Hydroxide ion. A molecule consisting of one oxygen atom and one hydrogen atom with a negative charge, meaning it has gained an extra electron. So this could be a whole new blood type that's even more higher than the Rh negative. And this could be something that your blood and what they're doing with these frequencies and chemicals and shit, it could be that it's creating something different inside of you, and they may not even know. If for people who do this, for people who are doing this with the x-rays and they're giving you false information back, it could be that they don't even know what this is, and they're so prideful and narcissistic that they don't know how to say that, so they'll just come up with some shit. That's another toxic thing that's happening now, where people don't know the answer and they don't know how to say that they don't know because they had moms and dads that mocked them for not knowing shit. So now they have to just tell them something. That's what I heard. Just tell them something. Yeah. Just tell them it's bone. That's what I heard. Just tell them it's fucking bone. When you keep it all to yourself, we're running with the shadows of. Nope, wrong phone. Shadows of the night. Yeah, I don't know if people can tell. I'm just very checked out. And I refuse to engage in this telepathic thing anymore, and I have a feeling some people are going to die because of it. Dreams will come true in the end. Alright, great. Maybe it is. Maybe everything is the opposite, where you don't believe in dreams coming true and they come true. Right? You don't believe in justice and it winds up happening. You don't believe that you're ever going to get out of this situation or that anybody cares and shit winds up happening. Could it be like that? Well, this is not worrying. Maybe call on your ancestors, right? Ancestor. Well, I'm not really even sure you can trust these motherfuckers, to tell you the truth. They're passed on. They're in a spirit realm. If they're free-flowing, then they must not be in hell, I mean, logically. So they're either in purgatory or they're able to free flow for these types. When you call on them, I mean, do they break spiritual law by maybe working against you instead if they can jump inside of somebody? I'm not even going to ask these motherfuckers to do shit for me anymore. I'm going to see if something else changes. I'm more inclined to call on alien beings that have this supernatural intelligence, right, to handle my things for me. So maybe this is important. Maybe it's important for not to use the word ancestors, or to be clear that you want the alien ancestors to handle something for you. Yes. I'm just babbling. Anybody else waking up in pain? I feel like this. Because this is not worrying, and then this is, you're going to be moving on at some point from, and you're not going to be able to be lied to or manipulated, which usually leaves you in an isolated type state. Yeah, usually. And then these other people here are going to be stuck. This is what I feel. We can't stress enough about what's going to happen for those of you who thought that it was okay, and especially for those of you men who you were supposed to protect. you're going to need, truth, and I'm just going to leave it at that. You're going to need some type of protection yourselves. You're going to wish that you had, because I'll bet that after all of this, there's not an ancestor, there's not an alien being, nothing anywhere that's going to want to help you guys after doing this shit. See you.